Yes, it's on the back it says home of Joseph Todd Banks, M.D., painted by his son Joseph Robert Banks, based on the slide photograph in 1946. Hey, do you know what year Grandot's house was sold by us and got out of the family? I'm sure you have a clue. You,
Let's see.
Firstly, I wrote that last night, just heard it sketched. You can read it now or later if you wish.
Okay, in the words of Harold Banks, I could fill a book with childhood memories and adventures involving the old house, and maybe I'll write that someday. But perhaps of more interest to the casual reader are the ghosts that made their presence known to everyone I knew that ever occupied the house.
There's a portion of the house that was there prior to the Civil War. We know that for absolute fact. And after the Civil War, it served as a hospital/convalescent home for returning Confederate veterans.
Mind if I step inside?
Oh, no, I thought you was gonna get a picture of the door.
Oh.
Probably the things that are most historical are these mantles in the old fireplaces. All the way here, this was actually this was probably the back porch right here.
Now knowing that this church owns the property, do you think they're experiencing any paranormal activity?
Well, read my last little paragraph.
Okay, I'll read it out loud. I'm a natural-born skeptic, don't like to use the word supernatural. Oops. And I've never had such experiences myself, but it is undeniable that many people credible to me believe that they have had unnatural, unexplainable encounters with multiple ghosts. The encounters vary, but one commonality for the people who actually lived there is that no one felt particularly threatened. It is as if restless spirits in another dimension and time passed through the house, for who knows what reason, with no ill will toward the living occupants. Well, that's, I suppose that's good news.
Well, but you haven't finished.
It is my understanding that this grand old house and relic of Dadeville's early history has a new owner who may demolish the house to build a parking lot. Everyone agrees it is a shame, but no one is willing to spend the money to reclaim the house to its former glory. Times and things change. Wood houses don't last forever. Termites and neglect speed their demise. I will cry when the house is sacrificed for asphalt, but I do understand. Some things, though, I cannot answer. Like, where will the restless spirits move to when their abode is gone? And will they remain benevolent after their favorite haunt is destroyed? Wow, you're right. You did answer my question there.
But she told me, inferred to me that it was the Baptist Church's plans to enlarge the parking lot to encompass the house. Again, she's a Methodist, and as far as towns like Dadeville, you're comedian one of the others. As you found out about Auburn fans and Alabama fans, being a Baptist and a Methodist in Dadeville is about the same thing. So you need to talk to a Baptist.
Fair enough. Anyway, so you were saying you're responding to a Facebook post.
Yeah, the Facebook post, we've had people that have come by all upset that they've heard that we're going to tear the house down. And we've never talked about tearing it down. We do need parking. So, there was mention that we could use this property for parking. Well, we never really talked about tearing the building down. We'd hope that if it came to that, we'd find somebody who wanted the building, who would move the building.
When they came in and put heating and air in, they had to literally dig a trench for the ductwork. And of course I've had everything inspected, including that. And the guy told me, he said, don't call me to come work on it.
It's actually in pretty good shape physically. I mean, there's a lot of work that's going to need to be done to get it to where we would use it. We need space for our college kids, for our youth, our young adults. So that's more likely what we will do with it, is we'll use it for educational space.
How bad does it have to get for it to be demolished?
Well, it literally could just come down to the church voting.
Our strategic planning team will make a recommendation to the church. The church will vote because in a Baptist church, that's what we do. Every member has the right to say what they think about what we're going to do. And so based on that, we'll decide how we're going to utilize the building.
This is kind of a silly question, but I was talking to Harold Banks, who's a doctor
It was his
there.
post that I responded to.
Was it his post? I'll have to find his Facebook post. He was saying that, family members of his, they think it's haunted. They've seen ghosts of his grandfather, or Confederate soldiers, or I guess a woman who her skirts caught fire. Another one was, I think, a doctor who went out on a night call and his horse returned, but he never did. Anyway, have you ever heard anyone talk about ghosts? Or
No, that's a new one to me. I'd never heard the ghost stories before, but I'm sure with old houses like that, you're always going to find something.